think we're good.
Alright, you ready?
How you doing?
Let's talk about some movies.
Alright.
What movie y'all want to start off with?
Let's start with The Last Airbender. That was a fun one. That's a fun
awesome.
movie. The Last Airbender.
Well, I figured I would let you speak.
Directed by your hero.
Yeah, I actually really like M. Night Shyamalan. We actually got another M. Night movie to talk about here in a minute. But we'll talk about The Last Airbender for a couple of minutes. Jake, I'll let you start off. What's your opinion of The Last Airbender?
I think it's one of the most atrocious, awful, terrible, most unfun movies that doesn't...
So why'd you pick it?
I guess I like to see the world burn.
Oh, okay.
It's so untrue to the source material that it deals with. M. Night took this. He actually got this property. I watched a few documentaries on the production of it. Honestly, throughout the week. And at first, the original writers of the show and the executives of it were like, "Hey, we're going to be included in on it. We'll be able to give our input." And M. Night pretty much told them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
And
Well, I know M. Night's not going to allow anybody to... Well, first off, let me start with this. He replaced what... I don't know much about the cartoon it's based on or whatever. I know you all love it. But I know that from the cartoon, a lot of the cast are not white.
Yeah.
And M. Night just cast a bunch of white people. It was like,
Well, here's the thing. Actually, the races of them they're racially ambiguous. It doesn't really specify that they're white or not, but the culture specifies that they are Eastern Asian, like Tibetan, Chinese, Japanese, because that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
but the actual color of their skin isn't. It's disambiguous. It's up for interpretation, except the culture.
Yeah, like the Earth Kingdom is definitely very Chinese.
Yes,
the Fire Nation is very Japanese.
so he decided to cast a bunch of white people from America.
Well, most of them.
He also casted that one boy from Slumdog Millionaire, but
yeah. Well, see, because the main leads seem to be Caucasian from what I saw. Where you have like the water tribes, which is very like you kind of get like this Eskimo feel, I guess. That's probably
For the water tribe.
Yeah,
the water tribe is mainly supposed to be Inuit. Yes.
okay.
I don't know enough about the cartoon.
And the air nomads are definitely supposed to be like Buddhist monasteries.
Look,
No, the air nomads are more Tibetan.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
y'all describing things I don't know anything about. I just watched the movie and laugh at it
Yeah, it's awful.
because it is. Well, forget the connection with the cartoon for a second. The filmmaking is atrocious.
Yeah.
The acting is awful. There's a part where there's an edit in it where this guy keeps on. Some guy walks up to some kind of I forgot exactly what it was. Some king's guy seat or whatever. And he's like, you can see this guy's like, what was the staff he has? And he just keeps on moving it up and down, and you can almost do like a count meter with that. How bad it is.
Yeah.
There's just stuff in the background that you could tell extras did not care. It's incompetent. And I don't know where this movie came from because M. Night's...
This is the point where I saw in M. Night's career, I was like, this man doesn't know how to do anything, and he needs to be fired from everything.
Which is crazy because...
He
does.
Good movies.
10 years later.
Well, 10 years earlier.
Yeah.
He made some of the best films ever.
There was like a 5 to 7 year stretch where he was just...
made nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know if the happening is intentional nonsense or if it's not intentional, but I love it.
I still hate M. Night for this. I've not forgiven him yet.
I've forgiven him.
I haven't found it in my heart to forgive him.
Because the original show still exists, and I still go back and watch it. And
yes,
enjoy
but
it.
And M. Night to me...
He did so many shitty things to it, though. He decimated so many...
Jake, it's not that big of a deal.
Listen,
it is a terrible movie.
It's a terrible movie, but
it's a huge deal.
It hasn't ruined the show.
But I would say this for M. Night.
Go quit filmmaking.
No, because there's a movie we're going to talk about here.
Yeah.
Actually, I figure that's a good segue into this.
Help you.
Unbreakable.
That's a good movie. That's one good movie. Whoever made that needs to continue making films.
M. Night Shyamalan.
He needs to keep making movies.
He wrote it.
Shut up. He has to keep making movies for forever and ever. But the guy that made Avatar: The Last Airbender needs to die in a fire.
They're the same person.
Exactly. They're two halves of the same coin.
Well, you know how people are doing that doppelganger thing right now?
Maybe
What if M. Night had a doppelganger who was making these crappy movies?
Here's what happened. in my own head.
Oh,
He had a
God.
doppelganger that took over for the last Airbender and all those terrible movies throughout the mid-20s or 2000s.
It really started
and he
around...
went to like a Buddhist monk.
It really started... His bad movies really started around 2000 and...
Was it 7?
I would say 2007, because at least The Village is debatable. Like, people...
Is that the one with Mark Wahlberg?
No, that's The Happening.
Oh.
The Village is the movie where these people are... Yeah.
But Lady in the Water, Last Airbender, After Earth, and Happening.
Even
that
Lady in the Water, I could see people debating. I think it's a horrible movie.
Never watched it, but I
I
remember
can see people debating that one. But from The Happening to... what was that movie? After Earth he did? Because I think After Earth is his worst movie.
Yeah.
But
someone needs to die for that movie.
But let's get into Unbreakable.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I want to give my thoughts on it first, see it was my pick, and then I'm actually really interested to hear Jake's because this was his first time watching it.
Yep.
Unbreakable to me, I think, is probably one of the best films of the 2000s. I think it takes what is the superhero genre and deconstructs it into a realistic narrative. I also think it's a deconstruction of human existence, in that we always go through our lives and feel like we're so monotonous with the things we do. We go to work, we sleep, but we never actually find the true potential of ourselves. And that's what Bruce Willis is in the movie. He finds what his purpose is in life. I don't know, just a powerful message and a phenomenal ending.
Okay. So, I have a question, and then I'll give my statement.
Okay.
Can I talk about a movie that I've watched parts of this week, whenever you all are done with yours? Is that possible I can do that?
Okay. Like after Unbreakable?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, Unbreakable. Thought the movie was, I feel like it's what superhero movies should strive to be. It's very realistic, grainy, and down to earth. And also very tragic, as well as being a story of a guy that sort of... He goes through all the phases of like what an actual human's emotions would be like when finding out they have superpowers.
Yeah.
And it's just like... First, it's unbelievable.
I wouldn't say it's tragic, though.
You wouldn't?
I would say it's a very hopeful movie, because at the end of the movie, he finds his purpose in life. Because throughout his whole life, his life has been tragic because he's been stuck in a marriage that he doesn't understand.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning by it.
By the end of the movie, with his kid, I feel like at the end of the film, that scene is so good. Whenever whenever he slips the kid the newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that scene's incredible.
That was good.
Yeah, and I just feel like, and, you know, as boys see their dads as heroes.
Yeah.
Growing up, and that to me was just an incredible scene. I'll let you continue on, though.
And the movie ended with finding out that, of course, Glass was the one that orchestrated the entire plot behind the train wreck.
Yeah.
Because he figured that...
Which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, but it's...
Like, this guy who can barely walk.
But
like,
that was sort of...
I love that, like, the conductor for the train was like, "What are you doing here?" Didn't check in.
This is a no 9/11 world, okay?
Yeah.
God.
That is true. It was before 9/11.
Yeah.
It was 2000, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was still believable.
You see this guy on a cane, you're probably not going to think too much.
Yeah, you're not going to think anything of him. You're not going to think domestic terrorist when you see a guy that can barely walk and looks homeless. And I don't know, the movie just seemed like it's a great original piece. It's not this Marvel bullshit that goes around just mass producing these exact same movie over and over with
it
colors.
was straight up a passion project from M. Night.
Well, even
he made
Sam
this.
Jackson.
Yeah, well, I think it's actually Sam Jackson's best performance, because it's the one performance where I can say Sam Jackson is unrecognizable. Because most movies, Sam Jackson has his Sam Jackson.
Yeah, the MFer thing.
But this movie, it's very calm and reserved, and you feel like Sam Jackson is actually playing a real character. And he's not playing like a over the top, like he is delving into a person.
Yeah.
And I think it's Sam Jackson's best performance in my opinion.
I actually agree with you. I do think it's his best.
I don't know. Snakes on a Plane's hard to beat.
The greatest movie ever.
And it does have probably one of the best endings in a movie.
Because it's so tragic. Like,
yeah.
Because, oh yeah, did you notice the color scheming in the movie with the characters? Mr. Glass always wears purple, like a supervillain.
Yeah.
And David Dunn always has his raincoat, which is a superhero costume.
Yeah.
It's always green.
Yeah, it's always green. And you have... I love that whenever he has the visions of the people at the subway station, he sees like all these different comic booky colors. And like everybody else is wearing gray, but all the people that are bad stand out wearing red or green or blue, or the Orange Man.
Yeah.
Just the... incredible movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Very well directed, well acted,
And apparently this movie was hated by critics when it first came out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Critics hated this movie because they said it was pretentious nonsense that had no point to it. Because he made this right after he made The Sixth Sense. And The Sixth Sense got all these Oscar nominations and was like the biggest movie.
Everyone loved it.
Everybody loved The Sixth Sense. And then he comes out with Unbreakable and it is totally different from anything.
But it still is good.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people, the marketing screwed this movie because the marketing did not want to acknowledge it as a comic book type movie because comic book movies weren't big around that time.
No, it took Sam Raimi to fix that.
Yeah, so what happened was they marketed it as like another horror movie. Like a sequel to The Sixth Sense or, like another psychological thriller.
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't that at all. And a lot of people went with the expectation like, wait, this ain't like The Sixth Sense or, this ain't scary or anything. It's like... This and The Sixth Sense are completely different movies in every way, fundamentally.
Yeah.
You know what the only similarity both movies have? They have Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
That is it. So, and they have a kid character.
Yeah.
But as for...
But the child's much less prominent in Unbreakable, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, he's not the... Because I would say the
Because I feel like the child is the titular character.
He's the main character in Sixth Sense, yeah. I would agree. I'm very interested to see what your thoughts are on Split next week. Because I'll say this about M. Night's Unbreakable trilogy. Every movie tonally is different.
It is.
Like, you almost feel like you're not watching... That's what I respect so much about it. Like, how like a lot of these trilogies or movies, they have like the same tones or feelings. Split will not feel like a sequel to Unbreakable. It feels like its own movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'd heard people saying that they watched the entire movie of Split and didn't even realize it was a sequel until the main end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you won't. Which I can't wait to point out some fun little tidbits that are hidden in Split that obviously are a connection to Unbreakable. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Really?
Pay attention to trains. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But, Brian, what's your thoughts on Unbreakable?
Man.
It's a movie.
It is a really good movie. I wouldn't say it's my favorite by M. Night Shyamalan.
The Sham Hammer?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
My favorite's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
But
it's hard to believe the same guy made that.
Like a lot of things I do love about this movie, and I do love like the visual storytelling of a guy that is just constantly just like lost in this existence of his, and it takes something like this for him to truly find his purpose.
Yep.
Like the color palette, and everything.
The score.
The score is good.
It has one of the best scores in a movie I've ever heard. Like, as soon as I hear that music, I just know it's from Unbreakable.
Oh, I thought you meant Avatar.
No. The guy who actually done the score for Unbreakable is the guy who helped do music for Dark Knight. His name's James Newton Howard. Incredible composer.
Okay.
That's Game of Thrones.
But
But you knew it.
I did.
But yeah, just
That's how you know an iconic theme, though.
Yeah. But yeah, just overall, really good movie. I love Bruce Willis's performance in it. I do agree.
I think it's Bruce Willis's best performance.
It probably is. It probably is. And I do agree that it is Samuel Jackson's best performance in it. Just an overall really good movie. I don't have much more to say other than that.
I guess it's your turn then, Brian. Yeah. Or no, wait, I'll let Tyler. I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask you all. Your favorite movie by him is what?
Man, it's either Split or Sixth Sense.
Split or Sixth Sense?
I have a very weird favorite Shammy movie.
What's your favorite Shamhammer movie?
Devil.
He didn't direct that.
Oh,
he wrote it.
Still, it's probably my favorite by him. It's a great concept executed poorly.
Yeah.
But
like, Unbreakable to me, at least to me, is executed flawlessly.
Well, that's the thing. Unbreakable didn't really make me think. Devil did. Like, Unbreakable I thought was a very...
What did it make you think?
So
Really?
See, Unbreakable, I thought it was a very enjoyable movie, fun to watch. And I did think about it, like, don't get me wrong, but a few hours later, it sort of faded, and I haven't thought about the movie really since. Devil, I still think about to this day.
See, Unbreakable to me, I always think about it just... from the context of not really like its deeper meaning and like the art of the film.
Yeah.
But what I love so much about Unbreakable is the deeper themes of the characters, like Bruce Willis's character and what he represents for the everyman. I think Quentin Tarantino explained it best, honestly, with Unbreakable.
Yeah.
All Unbreakable is what happens if Superman didn't know he was Superman.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and it's a deconstruction of that. Because you look at Mr. Glass, he's basically Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's just a mastermind behind all the bad things.
Yep. What would James McAvoy be? Zod?
I don't know. I might just be an idiot for thinking that.
No.
Like I said, movies are subjective, and if you like Devil,
I'm not gonna say I like Devil better than Unbreakable.
okay. I mean,
But
I don't know what you're at. Like
I do.
It made a bigger impact on me.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is my favorite Shyamalan movie.
Like I would say the same thing with Nicholas Winding Refn. Like his best movie, like filmmaking wise and writing wise, is probably Drive.
Okay.
But my favorite movie by him is Only God Forgives.
Never watched either of those.
I think they're incredible. I know Only God Forgives was critically panned.
Really?
And Drive is taught in film schools, if that says anything. Drive is considered by most film fans to be one of the greatest films ever made, and Only God Forgives is considered to be some pretentious nonsense. I love Only God Forgives, but... What do you, for Switch, what do you think about Signs?
Signs?
It's okay.
With Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
It's okay.
He directed that.
I really like that movie.
Shamhammer.
It's okay.
Mel Gibson makes the movie go around.
I think it's one of his best performances.
Mm-hmm. I'm a humongous Mel Gibson fan.
Yeah. It also has Joaquin Phoenix in it.
Yep. Braveheart. Freaking love Braveheart.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriot.
Patriot's a good movie.
Yes, I love Signs. Even Passion of the Christ, weirdly enough. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's a good director. I think he's a better director than he's actor.
I think he's a
Apocalypto
masterclass actor and director.
Is, I think, one of the best films made of the 2000s. So, but we'll get to yours. What was your movie of the week?
Mine was Tremors.
Don't pretend you don't remember. You fool.
Tremors is a movie?
Yeah.
It is a movie.
I'll let you talk first.
Concept is relatively simple. A bunch of underground monsters invade a small little town in Nevada, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the town takes place in... I think the town is located in Nevada, and the residents of said town have to use their wits and defeat each one of them. And it stars Kevin Bacon.
It's basically how the game got started. Don't touch the floor because it's lava.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I really wish that I could get my buddy Tanner in on this because his favorite movie of all time is Tremors 3.
The Tremors 3 is actually kind of fun.
That's his favorite movie of all time.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he is a humongous Tremors fan.
But
yeah, every Tremors movie does
he
sit there
he absolutely loves Tremors.
Like straight DVD ones too. He's like, oh my god.
He's got the entire box set of every Tremors movie ever made.
Wow.
Yes.
Dedication, man.
I've never heard of a Tremors.
He is freaking in love with it.
But yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, one thing I will say, I love the cast in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Bacon's a boss.
Kevin Bacon is great in this movie. The guy that plays Earl, I can't remember think of his name, but he's great in the movie. Burt Gummer is a great character. Burt Gummer is pretty much going to be Jacob in 20 years. That's who Burt Gummer is.
Guns, baby, guns.
But yeah, I love the movie. I love the fact that pretty much the monsters are pretty much 4 underground monsters that hunt through sound. Pretty much is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that as the monsters get smarter, the characters also have to get smarter and have to constantly think of new ways to outmaneuver them and outrun them and even kill them.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of my favorite monster movies, I think.
For me, I really like Tremors too, but I don't think it's like a classic or anything. I know you love it. For me, Tremors is... What makes it great, honestly, is more or less... See, I would say...
The stupidity?
No, not even that. I really like the concept and just the idea of... I guess the idea more around the movie. Because the movie, you can tell, is like just this passion movie that this director just wanted to harken back to like old school horror movies.
Yeah.
Like you could tell, like that's what he loved, and he made it. for me, I appreciate the film. I would say it's an original concept because I don't think there was anything really like that beforehand that I could think of. I would say the music to it's pretty bad.
I kind of like the music.
It sounds, I don't know, it just sounds like generic music.
I really have nothing to say about that movie. It's just fun.
It's a fun movie.
That's about all you got.
Yeah. I actually did watch a guy.
I would say the filmmaking's really good.
Yeah.
I would say that's pretty great. Even though that director is awful.
Really?
Yeah, he's a horrible director from the other movies. I forgot what the name of the movies he's done, but
I remember because
I think he done Mother's Day.
Okay.
Where it's like the remake of the old school Mother's Day, and it was one of the worst movies of 2009.
Okay.
I think Tremors is the only movie he's ever done that's good.
I think because I watched one of my favorite YouTubers, Lin Cara. He did a review of this movie, and I think he said that it was. I think he said that he also made Short Circuit, the '80s robot movie.
I thought Tremors was his first movie.
No, I think I'd have to rewatch the video, but yeah, I watched him do a review of it, and it's a very funny review. But to me, yeah, I personally consider it a classic. Personally, it's a classic to me.
Yeah,
I guess because it is a big part of my childhood. I watched it when I was a kid.
You're a fool.
You're starting to sound like Chris Stuckman. You know how Chris Stuckman every video goes, "It was part of my childhood."
Oh,
that's like the big joke of Chris Stuckman.
Okay.
He talks about like a movie, and he says it was a big part of my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough of Chris Stuckman, I guess, to
I just know that's like an ongoing meme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, personally, I love this movie. I love I just do. I love that, it's just a fun monster movie about, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I would say I would like to see what is your all's ratings for these movies? We'll start with Avatar: Last Airbender.
-5.
2 out of 10, I guess.
I give it 2 out of 10. Mainly because it makes me laugh.
Yeah,
it doesn't even make me laugh. It's just painful for me. It's painful.
There's a few
There's
a few mockable moments. Yeah.
It's painful for me to sit through.
Unbreakable.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I give it closer to a 9.
I give it my highest score, 11 out of 10.
Okay.
And Tremors. What
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I give it around the same as Unbreakable.
9.
Not like a weak 9 or a strong 8.
I give it an 8. But I think we're about done.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about another movie.
Oh, yes, that is right. What was it?
So, I discovered this movie. I have no idea, really, what made me click on this link on YouTube. But on YouTube, saw this movie called Falling Down, and there was a scene from it.
Falling Down, yeah. Falling Down's great.
With Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
It is.
Really? It's incredible.
Well, I've only watched scenes from it. I haven't watched the full movie, but there was a scene where I clicked on it and I was just like, yeah, what the hell's this? And it was a guy that...
Hold on. Actually, before you... Do you maybe want to save this for another podcast?
I can save it for next week if you want to.
Just because I feel like... I've watched all of Falling Down. It's great.
I've watched about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think if you watch the whole movie, you'll love it. And I think this is a movie Brian will actually love.
Okay.
It's directed by Joe Schumacher.
Yeah.
And it's probably his best movie.
That's not the dude that ended up being a monster in life.
No. He directed Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I shit you not. But I would say that Falling Down is his best film, and I feel like I know what you're getting into. The movie is plumb insanity.
Yeah.
It's
pretty much Joker circa 1991.
It's like some crazy guy who hates his life.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Wait a minute.
Joker.
Yeah, I've heard of this movie.
Yeah, with Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas. It's about him. The entire movie is just him trying to go to his daughter's birthday party.
Yeah,
it's all
and like, all these people keep on interrupting him.
The entire point
of
the entire point of the film is that life keeps beating down a normal everyday average Joe until he can't take it anymore.
Yeah, we'll talk about this movie next week.
Except the movie. Instead of like Joker where it's realistic,
it just gets absolutely out there. Which I don't know, even Joker gets absolutely
it does at the end. It does at the end for sure.
So imagine
like the last half of Joker where he's like shooting Murray Imagine that for 2 hours with just some crazy guy.
Okay.
Like, going to McDonald's.
The same thing is, you feel so sorry for the guy all the way through.
And I think I figured that discovered that movie through a Foo Fighters music video because I think they spoofed the movie.
Oh, really?
One of their songs. I'll show it to you, but yeah. Well, I guess that's a movie we can talk about next week.
All right, so my pick for next week's Falling Down. Write it down.
Okay, and my pick for next week is Split. What is yours?
Analyze this.
Alrighty. One more thing for sign off.
No.
Anybody else see the Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so beautiful.
Family.
I've watched the whole thing, but you've shown me some.
Family.
Vin Diesel
Family.
stomps a car with his hands.
Family. And John Cena's in it.
John Cena. And not only is John Cena in it, he's Vin Diesel's brother in the movie. Your time is up. Your time is now. You can't see. I don't know the words. What is the